language is the only talk he's fluent in.
Hey y'all. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Hey Zadig. How's everything going? How's everything going? All right, y'all. So I'm just going through my messages from this weekend. And hey, a lot of them are like the same questions, but from different people, of course. So I just want to come on live and just talk about it. So let's talk about it. Because, yay! I love that for you. Look at me. I wish I could do it for myself. Listen, Zaddy, I'm going to have to call you. I'm going to have to call you later. But let's see. Okay, so let's look at some of the questions that I'm getting. Hold on, y'all. My coach calling me. I'm on live. Hey, coach. I just hopped on live. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at some of the questions. And the most common one that I'm getting the most, let's go to them. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. The most common one I'm getting, I'm 2 years post-op. Is it too late for me? Okay, let's talk about that. No, it's not too late. I'm 4 years post-op. I'm about to be 5 July of next year. So I could say like 4.5, right? And one, I gained weight. I was 170, I would say like 172, 73 pounds. I lost the weight, which I used my detox tea, which I've been telling you guys about, which is amazing. It tastes great. So I drank my detox tea for 2.5 months. I was using my detox tea. And then on top of the detox tea, I was also taking like NutriBurst. I was taking Hey Marv. I was taking my NutriBurst. I was taking my NRG, which is gives energy, but it also helps aid in your weight loss. And then I was drinking the tea at nighttime. So even though I'm 4 years post 4.5, give or take, right? 4.5. Hey Karen, how are you? 4.5. I was able to lose over 23 pounds in 2.5 months, right? So 10 pounds a month is what I did. So I did like 20. I'm still on the products. I still use the products, but I lost like 23 pounds. 23. I haven't weighed in a week, but I'm still on the products at the same time. And then on top of that, I wear my eye board in my belt. Okay, I wear my eye board in my belt at the same time. So I'll wear it either throughout the day like I'm doing right now, or I would sleep in it. Okay, I would sleep in it. So, good morning. I would sleep in it. So, normally, it's just like a routine for me. Literally, I stick to it, and it's almost like, I don't want to say, how should I put it? A good way to put it is, I realized how much weight I gained, right? I realized how much weight I gained, and I was like, okay, Steph, we got to get on this because this is not good. Like, honestly, right? That was me. So I got on the detox tea. I took the products. I also intermittent fast. Intermittent fasting is very important. So I intermittent fast where I was not eating anything in the morning, and I would only eat after 6 p.m. And I actually had a young lady who messaged me on TikTok, and she said, I think I posted on my Twitter. I don't know if I posted on Instagram, but she said, let me pull it up for y'all. I don't want to lie. Is it on this phone? No, it's not on this phone. Of course it's not. But she was saying pretty much, let me pull it up on TikTok. Let me pull it up on here. She was saying pretty much that she did what I told her to do. So she got the product, she got the waist trainer, and she lost, let me see, 8 pounds. Okay, she said, hey, love, I had lipo 2 years ago and gained weight. Taking your advice, I'm down 8 pounds in 8 weeks. I sleep with my waist trainer every other night and fast until 6 p.m. as well. I'm also using castor oil to massage my tummy. Baby, I can see the difference already in my waist for consistency. Thank you for consistency. Thank you so much for your page because I almost scheduled more lipo. That was her response. And a lot of people don't understand this, but when you get lipo, you're going to gain the most weight that you've ever gained. Like, people feel like you can't get your weight back after lipo, but that's a lie. You surely can, right? So this young lady, shout out to her. She sent me that message last night, and I was like, period, right? It works. All you have to do is stay consistent. Use the products and stay consistent. And that's exactly what she did. So for everyone, that's just one question. I'm going to go back to the other questions to make sure I get them right? But to everyone, if you're 2 years post-op, 3 years post-op, a year post-op, it doesn't matter how far post-op, you can still get your body right back to where it used to be. All you have to do is use the products and stay consistent. And like I said, sleep in your trainer. It's safe to do so. It's not going to stop you from breathing. People be like, oh, I cannot breathe. Yes, you can breathe. Like, you can do what you got to do. But all you have to do is stay consistent. And you are the one who will control. You're the one who needs to control this habit of, I'm going to do this every single day for XYZ many hours. So I always say, to be honest, do like 8 hours. If you could do 8 hours, you're going to get the best result, right? So 8 hours of constantly wearing your waist trainer, maybe my waist trainer with the zipper, or maybe this one that I'm wearing, which is the outboard and the belt. The outboard and the belt is what keeps my stomach flat. That's what keeps my stomach flat and really pulls me in, okay? The waist trainer, the strapless one, that also helps me. That provides me a 360 compression, meaning all the way around. Now, if you have back fat and bra rolls, you don't want to wear the strapless one. You want to wear the one that compresses your upper back, which is the vest version of that one, right? Because a lot of people have a lot of back fat, bra rolls, so they don't want to wear the strapless one, or I should say they should not wear the strapless one, because that one is going to push all your back fat up, and you don't want that. You want to wear where it compresses your back and just, gives you a smooth transition to hold all your back fat in. So for me, yes, I have back fat too, and what I did was I wore my trainer, but my fat was really like in the lower part, to be honest. So I wrap with the Ace Blend. So everybody always asks, what are the products that I need to get my waist back together and lose some weight? So this is what I say. If you have back fat and bra rolls, hey boobs. If you have back fat and bra rolls, I would highly recommend the Snatch Me Up vest. That will compress your upper back, your lower back, and your fupa as well. If you do not, and you're just working on getting your waist smaller and tighten everything back up, because yes, you can tighten your waistline up by wearing the product. So I don't know if y'all seen like my waist before. Hey Gail, I don't know if you seen my waist before, but it wasn't as tight as it is now. So how did it get tight? Like, that was one of the questions I get a lot, right? So how did it get tight? And I make smoothies. I make smoothies or I buy smoothies, one or the other. I'm a dude. But how they get tight is wearing the Ace bandage and then putting my waist trainer on. And by doing that, it tighten back up your skin. I also do wood therapy. So if you don't know about wood therapy, you definitely should do some wood therapy. You can do it either on yourself or you can get professionally done. I do both. I do wood therapy on myself, and I also have it professionally done. I should have got some tea while I was there. I ate trash all weekend. Damn. Yeah, I do have in the store. I do have tea in the store, and I also have it on the website too. I highly recommend the detox tea. I'm going to change the name to the lipo tea, because literally that's what it gives. It gives the lipo tea. If you don't want to have to go back and get more lipo, you need to get my lipo tea. The lipo tea, I'm going to change the name to lipo tea, I swear. Because this thing got me back to where I was like in 2020, 2021. It's giving 2021 weight, like literally. So if you are looking to lose inches, and let's just say you don't want to lose a whole lot of pounds, but you want to get your body right back to where it used to be, then you want to get the lipo tea. I'm going to start calling it a lipo tea. Drink the lipo tea every day. Take the vitamins, which is your NutriBurst. Take the NutriBurst first thing in the morning. If you're tired and you like dragging your feet throughout the day, take you an NRG. It's going to give you energy. So for me, I take my energy and the NutriBurst first thing in the morning. And then in the evening, I drink the lipo tea. Okay. So the lipo tea is going to help you lose weight. Now, people say, I just want to lose weight in my stomach. And that's okay. Then that means that you need to drink it and wear your waist trainer. You should wear your waist trainer regardless. But you should drink the tea every night and then put your waist trainer on and have it on for at least 7 to 8 hours. And that's what I did. Okay. Yes, the resolution drops are good as well. Definitely you could drop it under your tongue. But for me personally, I like the tea better. I've tried the resolution drops, but for me personally, I like the tea better than the drops. So I'm going to share with you guys a picture to show you guys about tightening back up your waist, because I know that was a really common question that I got. How did I do it, right? So let's go to the picture. So this picture you guys had already seen. Let me see if we could pull up here, because let me see. It's not on this phone. I don't have it on this phone. But you guys have seen the picture. So this tea right here. So what I did was I wore the trainer. I wrap with the ACE bandage every single day. So you wrap with the ACE bandage. If you're a short torso, you wrap with the ACE bandage. You need 1 ACE bandage. If you are a long torso, you need 2 of the ACE bandages, because you have a longer torso. And TikTok, if you guys are commenting and I'm not seeing your comments, sometimes TikTok hides it. So you just got to go ahead and drop it again in the chat. But everything that I'm talking about, the tea, the waist trainers, the ACE bandage, everything can be found by clicking the link in my bio, okay? Everything can be found by clicking the link in my bio and go to Fashion Dolls Boutique, which is the first link in my bio. So the ACE bandage, if you're short torso, you need 1. If you're long torso, you need 2 of the ACE bandage. You're going to go ahead and you're going to wrap your stomach with the ACE bandage. I have a video on my page to show you how I do it. So you wrap with the ACE bandage, and then, yes, we ship international. We ship all over. You're going to wrap with the ACE bandage. You're going to put your waist trainer on. It's either you're in the vest or you're in the strapless one. I use the strapless one because for me, my waistline was my issue. My back too, but I didn't do anything to my back. Like, I just really lost the weight, to be honest. Like, everything just worked in my favor for like my upper back. But I really have a big issue in my upper back. Thank you, Mercy. I didn't have anything done like really in my upper back. I really did just my lower. I really focused on my lower. The upper, I needed to unbig my back too, but I knew like I didn't have to go crazy on there. So I'm going to show you a picture of what my main issue was when it came to my back. Hold on, I'm trying to look for it. Okay, so here it is. So this right here is my lower. So I had an issue mainly on my lower back versus my upper back. So let me see if I have that picture in this phone. Hopefully I do. I should have transferred it. I didn't even think about that, y'all. My apologies. But if it's not, I'll just I'll show you guys. But let me see if it's on here. But my lower was where I really like focused on like my waistline. And then I just kind of lost the weight on my upper back. So I wrap with the ACE bandage until I could pull it out. I wrap with the ACE bandage and then I put my waist trainer on. And I will have my waist trainer on from in the morning all the way through till nighttime. So pretty much all day. Then when I got home, I would put my outboard and belt on like what I'm wearing now. So that was how I did it every single day. That was kind of like my clock in, clock out situation. And like I said, then I will have dinner after 6 p.m. And I did not eat anything throughout the daytime. So I did the intermittent fasting. Once I started losing my weight and I was like, okay, this is definitely giving, I continued until I felt like I got to my goal weight, and then I kind of slowed down on the tea. So now I don't drink the tea every day. I drink it like 3-4 days out of 7 days a week because I don't want to lose too much more weight. It depends on what you got going on. If you need to lose some more, then you'll take the products and you do exactly as I did until you get to where you want to be. So that is what I did to be able to get the lower back tightened back up without having to go get more lipo. So all you have to do is continue to do the products, use the waist trainer, wrap your stomach, put your waist trainer on, then you put your ab board and belt on, and literally it just tightened back up everything. It just tightened back up everything, right? Now I'm both on the questions, but I'm trying to think of the other questions that I was getting. Oh, what do I eat? Okay, so what do I eat? So I eat normal. It's not like I'm on this really strict diet or anything. So like I was saying, I did cut out salt, sugar, soda, alcohol, and bread. I did cut that out. I don't utilize too much of that. But when I was on my diet, I wasn't utilizing any of it, period. So it's safe to say you want to cut it all out within that time period, I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend to just cut it all out and don't use any salt, soda, sugar, alcohol, or bread for the first 30 days, and then see where it takes you, see where you go. And then you like, okay, if you like where you're going, then continue till you get to your goal weight. And then all you're doing is maintaining. So your year post-op, you still got time. Your 2 years post-op, you still got time. Your 3 years post-op, you still got time. You are no post-op. You never had any type of surgery. You can still use the product. So that's another question that I got the most. If I didn't have surgery, can your products help me? Absolutely, yes. Okay. So I have people who did not get their body done that use my products. The lipo tea, you can definitely drink the lipo tea. The lipo tea is for everybody. You don't have to have surgery to drink the lipo tea. Okay. That's my new word for it. The lipo tea. You don't have to have your body done to drink the lipo tea. You can drink the lipo tea without having anything done. You can wear my waist trainers without having anything done. It will still work for you. However, you will have to go a little harder than the girl who had it done. A little harder, and you have to do it more often, okay? So if you was doing it for like 4 hours, I would recommend you to do it for 7 or 8. If you was doing it every other day, I would recommend you to do it every day, because the longer, the better. You're going to lose the weight. So that was some of the common questions that I get a lot. What do I eat? I eat everything. I just portion control. When it comes to like food, however, I do not consume any salt, sugar, soda, alcohol, or bread. Okay. How often do I eat? Like I said, when I'm fasting, I don't eat anything in the morning. However, I just utilize after 6 p.m. Just like the young lady said for the review you saw when I pulled it up. She followed my stats and she lost 8 pounds. 8 pounds. And she was also thinking about losing weight. So if I could save you money on paying to get more lipo because you feel that you are like, you know, a year or 2 year, you feel like you have to go back to get more surgery, you don't. You have to use the product. You can use the products and lose the weight, wear the waist trainer, and you'll get right back to where you were. Okay. Now let's talk about some swelling. So Star says, I'm 6 months and I'm still swollen. You're gonna stay swollen for like a year or longer. Unfortunately, swelling doesn't go away that fast. So you would think that swelling would go away within the first month, 2 months possibly. No, you're gonna stay swollen after surgery for a very long time, and it could be a year. Sometimes it could be 2. So sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride, okay? They don't tell you this stuff, so when you get your body done, people don't understand that they have to do these things after surgery for a very long period of time. They make it sound like it's really quick. It's quick, it's in and out. You just get it, you wear your faja, and then boom, you're looking like Halle Berry, right? No. It's a process. So you're going to stay swollen for, like I said, a year to 2 years. However, it depends on the products that you are using to help you control that swelling and get it down faster. So if you're in a faja, if your faja is not compressing you properly, you're not going to be able to control your swelling. If your faja is digging in your sides and it's too tight, that's not good. If it's too tight in the top portion, but the bottom portion, which is like the lower fupa, is not getting no type of compression, then that's no good either. So you have to understand and know, am I wearing the right garment for my body after surgery? Some garments are just too tight and some garments are just too big. So which one do you have? You have one that's too big or one that's too tight. Some people might feel like, oh, it's good, but when I take it off, I don't look the same as if I'm in it, which is a very common thing that I get all the time. So if you are wearing your faja and you take it off and you look the same, like you don't look like you had it on, then that's not really giving you compression. That's just tight, right? So it's holding you in. It's giving you a really nice hourglass. But when you take it off, your hourglass is gone. You know, like everything else is there. That's very common. I see that a lot. And that's because of the garment and the material that it's made out of. You're not going to get that hourglass look that you're looking for out of it. That is why me personally, I do not wear fajas. And I did not wear any fajas when I had my body done. So I skipped that and I started doing my method, which is the ACE bandage method. Hey D, how are you, beautiful? So when I do the ACE bandage method, that gave me better results than any other faja that I had worn or owned previously. So I do not like fajas because they just give you that fake look. And then out of it, you do not look the same. I want to look the same in and out of my stuff. I want to look snatched in my trainers. And when I take it off, I'm still snatched. And that's the result that my products provide. They give you that snatch look in and out of it. So when you are wearing your faja and it's just giving that look, I know you want to look that way out of it too. So if you're not, then that's not the right garment for you. Okay. So that's why I put all my girls in the Snatch Me Up vest. So the vest gives you the upper back compression, which a lot of these trainers do not do. So I'm going to share with you guys a picture of a customer of mine that had an issue. She actually had a tummy tuck. And honestly, I feel like for tummy tuck patients, they have it the hardest when it comes to swelling. Tummy tuck patients have it the hardest when it comes to swelling. So this picture right here. So this young lady, thank you, babe. Appreciate you. This young lady right here, let me see if I have it in this phone. Let me see. So she's 2 months post-op in this picture. And she had a tummy tuck. Okay, here it is. She had a tummy tuck done. And she had came to me because she was super swollen. And she was in a faja. She was in a faja. She had a board. She had everything. But this is what she looked like. Okay? You have to understand, if you do not compress with the right products, your surgery results are not going to look good. Hey, Real, how are you, beautiful? They're not going to look good. You're going to struggle with swelling. So this young lady right here definitely was struggling with swelling. She's 2 months post-op from a tummy tuck. And the products that she were using were not it. Okay? They just not it. So this is what I did. She came in my store, and you probably can't see because I had to cut. But if you look at the floor, you can tell that's my store if you know my store. She came into my store, and she was like, I heard about you. I was sent here by my massage therapist, and I need your help. And I said, I got you. Because when I saw her body, I was like, it's no way that your body should look like this after 2 months post-op. Even with the tummy tuck, I don't care what you had done, tummy tuck or lipo, you are swollen. She's getting her massages, but the garments that she were using were not helping with her swelling. So I wrapped her stomach with the ACE bandage. I put her in the Snatch Me Up vest. And on top of that, I put the outboard and the belt on top of her to help with the swelling in the stomach area, in the front stomach area. So she was getting an all round of compression to control her swelling. The after picture was literally the next day. Yes, the next day. I'm going to let that sink in for a little bit. Yeah, the next day. Okay? My products don't play at all. So she did not come out of it when she left my store till the next morning. And this was her result the next day. That's huge. She looks even more amazing now. But just imagine what she looked like now in 24 hours of wearing my products compared to where she came in before with somebody else's products on. You have to wear the right products in order to control your swelling. If not, your results are going to look really bad. It's going to be hard. Okay? And I think that that's the part that people come in and they get depressed. They get overwhelmed because they're like, damn, my body is not looking how I thought it was going to look. Like, what the hell? And then they start throwing blame. And you know who they blame? They blame the doctor. They blame everybody but them damn selves because they're not wearing the right products. That's really what it is. You're not putting on the right products, sis, at all. So you have to be able to know what products to wear in order to control your swelling. Okay? In order to control your swelling. So this is another one of my girls. She's like, I forgot how far post out she was, but you could still see a difference in her stomach. And even she was like kind of like up and down, right? She was kind of like up and down, but it started to give her a little molds in the sides of her waistline. So a lot of people, like, they don't like their up and down. They like to be able to have like a little hourglass. So that was only the next day. That was literally the next day. So hold on one second. So, you know, you can see the difference like in 24 hours. Thank you, Sade. Hey, Rhea. So, you know, it's super important that you have to be able to control your swelling. Lipo, tummy tuck, whatever you got, I don't care. It's a process. You have to follow the process, guys. And you have to know what products to use, okay? What products to use to get the best result. What products to use to get the best result. So that's what's important in knowing that you are wearing the right products after surgery so you can get the best result. And a lot of times, you are just swollen. You are swollen. So, I'm going to show another one. You are just swollen, and all you need to do is get the right products to control your swelling and get that look that you're looking for. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. This young lady, same thing. She's just swollen. She got my products. She looks 10 times better, right? Even look at like her lats and her waistline. That's a true definition of a waistline, right? And that's all from wearing my products. What do you suggest? Suggest for what, my love? Like, what's the issue? And then I could give you a suggestion. I'm not sure. But what do I suggest about what? What are you struggling with? What are you facing challenges with? Is it your waistline? You have a fupa. The top portion up here is swollen. Like, what's the issue? So when I talk about that, let's talk about this area right here, right? So if you know, you know. Let me see if this picture, because this right here, a young lady sent to me a couple days ago. I think it was Saturday. Let me see if I have it in my phone, this phone. I was like, I almost was like, wow. But I already knew. I already know my products. Y'all sleep on my products, like for real, for real. Because my products are the bomb. Let me see if I have it in this one. Probably is in this phone, though. You got to know what to put on. You got to know how to compress, too. That's another thing. How do I compress? Once you get the right products, of course, right? That's going to help. But you also have to know how to wrap with your, how to wrap your stomach. You also have to make sure you're wearing the right garments. So this right here, let's talk about this. This is what a lot of people at right now, like this. This is where a lot of you guys are struggling right now. And you think, the crazy thing about it, you feel like you're doing the right thing. You excited. You like, ooh, I got my faja on. That's why I stay wearing my faja. I'm good. I'm being compressed. You think that you got it going on, right? You think you got it going on. Little do you know, you're actually doing it wrong. Little do you know, you're actually doing it wrong. So, damn, I ain't got it in this phone. Here it is. So this young lady I saw on social media, right? And she had on an ab board, her faja, and she think, she's compressed. But actually, this is not good compression. This is horrible compression. So let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. My fupa in the middle part. So you definitely want to get the outboard bundle 10. The outboard bundle, like what I have on right now, that would be great for you. That would definitely be great for you. I had surgery going on 3 years, and I've used your products from day one. Yes. Congratulations, queen. Let's go. Listen, not because it's my product, but I stay wearing my ab board and belt. That's how I got back to where I was so fast. Because I was like, listen, life was lifing, y'all. I ain't finna lie. We're human. Life was lifing. And I just was over it in terms of the issues that was going on. Because life was lifing, child. But I was like, nah, I need to get back on it ASAP. But let's talk about this, right? You're so helpful and informative. Oh, thank you so much, babe. The reason I do this is because, believe it or not, Tan, people don't understand plastic surgery. They really don't. People feel like, okay, I'm going to go get my body done. And I'm going to look snatched. And, I'm going to be this new version of whoever you are, right? I only got to wear my garments for like 3 months, 6 weeks, and boom, bam, bam. I'm going to be outside. Catch me outside, right? But that's not it. And then on top of it, doctors, offices, surgery centers, whoever, they don't give you guys enough information to let you guys understand, hey, this is a lifetime process. This is not a 6-week process. You have to take care of this body that I'm helping you create. And you also have to put the work in to get the final result, because this is not your final result. If you ever had lipo done and you wake up and look at yourself, do you look snatched? Do you boom, this is it? Yeah, you got a fat ass, so you can talk about the ass, but the waistline, is it flat? Is it snatched? Is this giving what you need? It's not, right? I gained some weight, but I'm back in my waist right now. Drink the detox. Get the detox tea, presidential. Drink the detox tea and put your waist trainer back on, and you're going to get right back to where you need to be. Lavish is under trainers. If you click on shapewear and then trainers, you'll see it right there, babe. You'll see it right there. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up and show you where you could go see it. But let's talk about that real quick, right? So people feel like, okay, I got surgery and I just wear my garment for like 6 weeks and then boom, that's it. No, that's not it. Unfortunately, it's a process. So you have to wear it longer than that. Way, way longer than that. Unfortunately, I would love to tell y'all, you only have to do it for a short period of time. But unfortunately, no ma'am. Right? It's not. So let's talk about, hold on, let me look for this thing for Homegirl. Because I was sold out of it actually. But I think we got it back in stock. Let me see if White Girl put it back in stock for you. Unfortunately, that's not what it is. You have to wear your waist trainer. Hold on a second. You have to wear your outboard belt, your ace bandage, and so you have to put those things on every day. Okay, who was that? Lavish, it's under the waist trainer. It's under waist trainer. I had did a sale this weekend, so I think they drafted it, but I just made it active back for you, babe. Thanks for reminding me. So it's under waist trainers, shapewear, and then waist trainers. So let's talk about this one. So this young lady is wearing a faja. She got the outboard on, which is cool. But if you see where the outboard is fitting, that's a no-no. You know what? Let me tell you why it's a no-no. Now, we're going to look at above her outboard. You see that space that I circle? That's that area right here, which is super important. So, yeah, we focusing on a fupa. But what about the part up here underneath of her boobs? That's also important. Because at that moment, the swelling is going to settle right there. And that's not good. Right? That's not good. So we don't just want the lower part compression. We want the lower and we want the upper part compression as well. So you can get a flat stomach all the way from top to bottom. It's going to be super flat. Not just the bottom or not just the top and the bottom is out, because that can also, I've seen that as well. No, we want both to be flat, the top and the bottom. Okay, so my outboard, it gives a whole compression from top to bottom. When I say top to bottom, from under the boob all the way down to the fupa, you're going to get compression. Okay, you're going to get that flat stomach that you're looking for, that you should have after spending so much money and getting lipo. You have to control your swelling. And if the outboard is too thin, it's not going to compress at all. It's not. So you have to also make sure that you're wearing the right outboard. And honestly, my outboard is the only one that gives the best compression, because I have made it into the best outboard out there, and it has a built-in foam so that you get that compression, you get that comfort. It doesn't leave any type of indentations on your stomach, and you're going to get the result. And the reason why I can say this, because when I got my body done and I used to wear that other one, I was not getting that compression, and it was leaving indentations on my body, and it just wasn't doing what it's supposed to do. So I invented my outboard. When I say invented, means I created it. I designed it. I manufactured it. So that's why I know it's the great and it's the best outboard out there. So she's getting zero compression to her stomach. And this is why her stomach is going to look like this. Let's go to this picture right here. Right? You see that swelling? That's swelling. Right? And she's not hitting that part. That part right there is not being compressed. And that's the issue. So the outboard is literally halfway compressing her stomach, which is a big no-no. Right? You should not do that. That's why your stomach is going to have that big bulge. And it's going to literally sit right there. So if you're going for my products, you have to go to the first link, which is Fashion Dolls Boutique. And you'll find the products on there, on Fashion Dolls Boutique. Right? So this area, even though she's putting on her garments and she's showing that she's compressed. She's really not. She's really not doing. Honestly, she's just wasting her time wearing this stuff. Because it's doing absolutely nothing for her. And you don't want to waste your time or money. Because I know people personally that have 20 fajas. And they all don't do nothing for them. They're over it. That's why they keep buying more and buying more and buying more. Because they haven't found the one. That's why I don't do them. That's why I skip and I go straight to the trainer, which is the vest. That thing gives you the best compression. It's comfortable and it does not roll. And now you add the outboard on top of it like I'm wearing this. And you're going to get the best results. The best. Because now you're going to go from that. You're going to go to this. So let me show you another one. This. So we talked about what you shouldn't be doing when it comes to your swelling. Right? And getting the best result. Let's talk about what you should be doing and how you should look. So this young lady came to me, came in my store, same thing, you know, she got a body done. She wasn't getting enough compression and she looks good. But again, it wasn't hitting the right spots. So let me pull up this picture real quick. Where did it go? If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and drop them in the comments. And I'll answer them for you. Just go ahead and drop them in the comments. Where's my... Did I... Okay, here it is. Okay, so we went from this to this, right? Way better if you ask me. Way better if you ask me. The compression, the evenness. So you see the same thing. The top portion of her stomach is out. We don't want that. We want the entire stomach to be compressed, not just the top portion of her stomach to be compressed. And like I said, the faja just doesn't give equal compression. They just kind of like half-ass it. And then they also create a lot of indentations too. They have a lot of indentations on your body. A lot. And you don't want that either. Okay? Because it's like now you got to massage them out. You got to get them out. And it's like you're going to put the stuff right back on to get even more indentations. That's kind of crazy. So by wearing the right products that will not give you any type of indentations in your stomach is what you need. Because then you're going to be going backwards. Even this one. She's a pretty girl, ain't she? But that's not what we want. That's not what we want. So this one right here. So she's in a faja. So, and then this is the fat that the trainer gives. So let's talk about this. And this is what I mean when I talk about controlling and just giving that type of look that you need versus what you want. So the one on the left, she's in a faja. And the one on the right, she's in my waist trainer. If it was you, which one do you prefer? The left or the right? The left or the right? Another thing too, the left or the right, y'all? Which one do you prefer? And another thing too, that the fajas push everything up, right? It lifts the booty. Realistically, that's not how you're going to look though. Realistically. So when we get our bodies done, we want a realistic look, right? We want to look out of clothes, we look this way. In clothes, we look this way. We don't always have to feel like, oh my God, let me go put my faja on or my trainer on because I need this particular look. And you're going to have to do that for the rest of your life. You want to be outside free, turn up, and still body in your outfit, right? So if you look in the left, you can see she look more hippie because it's pushing everything up. On the right, that's her true look without it. That's how she really looks without it. So people like, well, don't you need a faja to like lift your butt? No, you don't. That's why you pay for a BBL. Right? You pay to get a BBL, a butt lift. So you don't need it to lift it because it's only going to give you a temporary look, not a permanent look. And when you pay all this money, I'm hoping that you want a permanent look, right? So out of the faja, that's her true results, where she still looks amazing, but she's not as hippie looking. And then it holds her in a little bit better than the faja. She looks still kind of look boxy, right? She has that up and down square look. But once she continues to wear the products, her waistline out of her clothes will look like the right. Because now it's training her waistline to look like that. So you have to also be careful because some fajas may not give you the hourglass look. They may just give you that boxy look. So again, it goes back to the products that you're wearing to get that result that you're looking for. And that's why I say that all the time. People need to understand that it's a process. It's a process. All right, so let's look at this one. So this is one of my girls who, this is her, she sent this picture to me. She had got my products and she has a shitload of swelling going on, right? She's a couple months post-op. Swelling is going to take over your life if you don't know what to do, I promise. This is what she looked like after. This is what she looked like before she came to me. Let me pull up the before and after. So this was her before, and this is her after. And she had lipo. She had lipo. You can't tell me. People always like, well, you get lipo, you're going to be flat and snatched. No, baby. Everybody's body is different. So just because you see somebody on social media have lipo doesn't mean that they're going to come out looking snatched. They have to put the work in and use the right products in order to look like what they want to look like. Because it's not going to come from the products alone. Thank you, Jesus. It's not going to look like that from the lipo alone. It's not. So you can't tell me that, and this is what I hear a lot, and I feel like it only comes from people who didn't have surgery, and y'all need to take a back seat somewhere and stay there, because y'all don't know what the hell y'all be talking about. Y'all just be running y'all mouth, right? And y'all be getting on my nerves. So let me just say this. Just because you see somebody look good, they're like, oh, she had lipo. Oh, who's your doctor? I want my body to look like that, right? Okay, cool. Those two different things. So imagine this is the result she got after the doctor, which is the left. She was wearing her fajas, her boards, all that goody good. Had she not met me, found me, got my products, she'd probably still be looking like this. Would you still want to go to her doctor? If she just stayed like this, would you want to go to her doctor? I'm going to answer for y'all, no. You're not, right? So the focus is not really to figure out who the person doctor is. You want to know two things. Who the doctor and what did you do? because that's important to know. What did the person do to get that result? Because the surgery alone will not get you this result. So she had lipo, but if she didn't use my products, her stomach wouldn't be looking like this. It looks way much better now, but it wouldn't be looking like this. And this is a day apart. Look at the timestamp that she sent to me. Because she's like, Steph, I may not believe, but I have to send you the timestamp so that they see the day and the time. The day and the time. May 4th to May 5th. That is an amazing, amazing result. May 4th to May 5th. One day, my product did this. In one day. So imagine what's this looking like now. Right? So you also have to find out, what did you do to get your body like this? And not just who's your doctor. Because I could give you the doctor, but you ain't going to do what I did. You're not going to get the same result. That's also important to know as well. Right? And then also another thing is, oh, she had her body done. That's why she like that. Okay, yeah, the person had lipo. Lipo is like a jump start. Tummy tuck is like a jump start too, but it's a more of a completion. But if you do not take care of your tummy tuck or your lipo surgery, you still gonna look jacked up. Y'all saw the first poem before and after. She didn't know what to do because the swelling started happening. You got to understand, surgery is a very deep thing. It's not like non-invasive or anything. You're literally cutting somebody open, okay? You're cutting someone open. You're stitching them up. You're closing them back. You're going to swell. You're going to have internal swelling. And for a very long time, okay? Yes, Brandy, in one day, her stomach went like this in one day. One day. Thank you so much, Lavish. In one day, her stomach went down in one day. So there's a lot of people who are struggling with swelling, but they don't know what to do or what products to wear to get that swelling down. This was the Albordan belt. This was the Albordan belt, and she wrapped her stomach. She already got the trainer, but this was the addition, right? She was in the file house. She had the trainer. She bought the trainer first. Then she got the Albor bundle after. And she did a combination of all three with the Ace bandage. I told her to do the tape method too, right? We could talk about that another time. But the tape method also helps. So when we talk about swelling, you got to know how to control your swelling and what product to use, because every product will not give you this look. Every product will not give you this look at all. So again, if you're using the wrong products, you're not going to get the right result. Okay? You're not. Unfortunately, it does not work like that. So going back to, am I using the right product? And now that you found me, you know, probably not. Because if you're not where you need to be, and a lot of people like, Steph, I still got a fupa. Steph, I still got swelling. Steph, I got this or I got that going on. Can it be fixed? Is it too late? No, it's not too late. Go ahead, get these products, and it's going to help you control your swelling. Also, do a detox. Detoxing is amazing. Get my lipo tea, because that's my new name for it, right? Get my lipo tea. Drink the lipo tea at nighttime. And that's going to help you with a lot of your bloating and your swelling. And if you just had it done, you more likely got a lot of inflammation, which is common. But you have to work on that as well. And the tea is really good for that. It's really, really good for that. So you want to get on those products to get and control your swelling so you can get a better result. Okay? Before I talk on the next one, any questions so far? I know TikTok sometimes blocks them. So if you're asking and I don't see it, I do apologize. But hopefully you weren't. And I see it. Any questions so far? Hold on, y'all. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can save this picture so I can send to y'all real quick. Because when I saw this, y'all, I'm telling you, I already knew. I was like, sis, listen, if it's one thing I do and I do well is deliver results, okay? If it's one thing that I could do and I do well is deliver results. So let me show you this picture a lady sent me. This was what she was using. And there's no comparison. It's none. It's none. All right. So let's see. It didn't sync to this phone yet. Any questions, IG? Because y'all be having the most questions in my DMs, but not when I'm on live. Maybe some of y'all didn't come on yet. Okay, guys. So let me show you the ab board that's out there that looks similar to mine. But this is the reason why I recreated mine. First of all, look at that, y'all. Look how thin that ab board is compared to mine. My ab board is thick for a reason. 1, you do not need lipofoams. 2, it gives you full coverage. Okay? 3, it's way comfortable. It does not leave any type of indentations at all. The length of it, this is a standard size. I created a short and a long torso ab board. There were no long torso ab boards out there. I was the first person to create a long torso ab board. The first and the only. There's no comparison. There's zero comparison.
You remember the time you charged me up?
Yeah, I gotta charge my
phone. Did that again.
I forgot to charge my phone. I always gotta forget to charge my phone, y'all. Jesus. My phone stay dying. Hold on, I need to swap. I need to put y'all there. I need to put my other phone here so it could charge. Okay. There's no comparison because it's super thin. It's super thin. So if you own one of these, I need you to go and get mine, sis. Because that's what's going to get you right back to where you need to be. Super, super flat. So I wear mine. This is the same thing right here that I'm wearing. I'm wearing my ab board and belt. Okay? This is an ab board and belt. This is how you wear it. So what you do is the board goes towards the stomach. This is a short torso version. Okay? This is a belt that goes around to hold it in place, and it also helps bring your waistline in. And it also gives you compression in the lower back. So you don't need a backboard, okay? You don't need a backboard. So you can skip the backboard and wear this method instead, okay? No backboard needed, no lipofoams needed. My board has a built-in foam, so you do not need it, okay? And then you put the belt on top of your board. The board comes between the boob area. So you get up here flat. It comes down to the fupa. So the fupa gets flat. This is, you know what. If down here is swollen, because sometimes when you just got your surgery, right here tends to swell up. All you have to do is take my board and flip it upside down. Right? Flip it upside down, and it's going to compress this area right here. That's all you have to do is just flip it upside down. So when you take it off, you're going to be flat. Top to bottom. You got a nice hourglass. No, I don't have a trainer on the knee. Okay? This is the trainer. It keeps my body looking like this. Okay? I don't have a trainer on. People be thinking I do, but I don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And it's good that you can't tell because that means it's very seamless, right? Which is great because you don't want to look like you have a trainer on, right? Now, when it gets, this is old. This is literally the one that I used to create this is my very first eye board that I created. That's how long it lasts. It's been 4 years. So that's just to show you, I'm sorry, not 4 years, 3 years. So that's to show you how long it lasts. Then if you have the swelling down here, you're just going to flip it. You see how it shapes up top of the vagina area? You just flip it upside down and then you put your belt on top of it, and that's going to get this area flat. So you don't have swelling, because a lot of people, they swell. I'm going to do a video to show y'all, but they swell crazy in this area. Okay? So you just put your board on. You put your belt on halfway. Then you put your board on. It sits between the boobs down to the fupa. You push in. Bring this towards the end of the board. Pull out and go in. Adjust if needed. And then you just go ahead and fasten it. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And then you just go about your business and run your errands, do your work, if you're working from home, whatever it is, and your stomach is going to get all the way flat. All the way flat, okay? Literally all the way flat. And now you're able to get that result that you were looking for after you wear this consistently. All right. Hey, David. Now let's talk about weight loss. Let's talk about weight loss. So the lipo tea, that's the new name, y'all. I ain't calling it detox tea no more. The lipo tea. So earlier this year, Stephanie decided she needed to lose some weight. Stephanie decided that she needed to lose some weight earlier this year because she looked in the mirror and realized, like, girl, what is you doing? The ass is assing. The ass is assing. The arms is arming. The booty was just bootying. It was not giving what it needed to give. And sometimes we do not realize that we gained so much weight. We sometimes be in a little denial. We be in denial a little bit, y'all. Okay? We be in denial just a little bit. We be like, no, I'm good. I don't need to lose no weight. I'm fine. Right? We be in denial. But I came out of denial and I was like, no, you need to lose some weight. I was 170 pounds. I think that was higher than that, to be honest, in this picture. But when I say this was taken in October, I was like, there's no way. I need to get back on track. So when I got back in with the company, Total Life Changes. If you guys are interested, where do I begin? Where do you begin? What do you mean? So when I realized, I was like, and I got back in with the company, Total Life Changes. I used to be with them back in 2020, and they did amazing. I didn't need to lose weight then, but I did it back in 2020. It did amazing. I helped so many people lose weight or gain weight, because we had a pill for gaining weight too, right? And I was like, you know what? I need to get back on the products because, hey, babe, thank you. I'm just getting too much weight. So what I did was I drank the detox tea. I got on the detox tea. And I drank the detox tea every night. And like I said, I cut out salt, sugar, soda, alcohol, and bread. I intermittent fast. I wasn't eating nothing in the morning and only in the nighttime. And then I also was drinking a lot of more water than I've ever drank before, right? I hated water, to be honest. But now I'm a water girl. I'm definitely a water girl. So when I tell you I started, it was like July, like the middle of July. I lost 10 pounds the first month. I kept going, lost another 10 pounds. When I tell you, I was like, I looked at the picture. At the end of my 2 months, I took a picture and I was like, wow. I did not work out at all. Not one day. Not lift a weight, not jogged around the block, not do shit, y'all. All I did was stick to what I was eating, watching what I was eating, drinking lots more water, the detoxing, which is the lipo tea. I'm going to call it lipo tea. Drinking the lipo tea and weight training. I went from this to this. Literally. People swore. It's like, oh, did you go back? No, I did not go back. You can lose your weight, and I've proven this. Look at my arms, guys. Look at my arms. And this is like, you know, a lot of us feel like we have to get arm lipo because we got big arms. They're like, oh, I'm going to go get me some arm lipo. My doctor, literally, he was like, Steph, you got visceral fat. And I'm going to show you a picture of my stomach. But he's like, you got a lot of visceral fat. You need to lose some weight. You need to lose some weight. You go right back. He said, the way you weight train and the way how you do it consistently, you will go right back. And I was like, say less, right? You don't need no chin lipo. You don't need no arm lipo, no nothing. And when I tell you I got on it and I got the products and I started using the products and then I started wrapping my stomach and doing it consistently every night. And in no time, guys, in no time, I was looking like this. This was taken literally 3 weeks ago. This after picture was taken 3 weeks ago. My waistline got smaller. My arms got smaller. My face got smaller. My neck, I ain't had no neck. Like, you could see my neck. Like, I didn't, no neck. Like, you could see my neck. Literally. That picture, the neck was hidden a little bit, child. She was somewhere there. You couldn't see it. Now you can see it plain. Right? My face, everything got smaller. Like, I also wore my arm compression sleeves. That also helped too, right? Hey, Suzette. My arm compression sleeves, I also, I did. I told you guys about the lemon bottle, right? So I did the lemon bottle on my arm. And when I tell you I put the trainer, I wrapped with the Ace every night, put the trainer on. Then when I got out of the trainer, after 8 hours, I put this one on, went to bed with this one on. And I did that every single day, repeatedly for the last 2 months straight. And this was my result. And I did not go to the gym. So when I showed my mentor, my coach, Natalie Nicole, I sent her the picture. She was like, what? I was like, yes. However, I was consistent. A lot of people are not consistent. I was consistent. I used my products in a combination with the Lipo Tea products. And I was watching what I was eating. So no Popeyes, no KFC, no fast food, no fried food, no nothing, y'all. Okay? No nothing. I didn't do none of that. All I did was exactly what I'm telling you guys. Watch what you eat. Cut out salt, sugar, soda, alcohol, bread. Cut all of that out. Drink the Lipo Tea. Take your NutriBurst because you have to put vitamins back into your body. Whenever you're doing a detox, you have to put the vitamins back into your body. Okay? You have to put the vitamins back into your body. Why is everybody calling me when I'm online? I hate that. You have to put the vitamins back into the body. Okay, that's very, very important. You have to drink lots and lots and lots of water. You have to drink lots and lots of water. And also, you have to stay consistent. I think I said it already, but I'm going to say it again. Stay consistent. I'm going to order that weight from you right now. Yes, Suzette, stay in it every day. Like, I don't know if you see what this beautiful young lady sent me yesterday. And I'm going to show you again for those who didn't see it. Right? This is what she said, Suzette. She said, hey, love, I had lipo 2 years ago, gained weight, Taking your advice, I'm down 8 pounds in a week. Why people always gotta call me? Lord Jesus, why people always have to call me when I'm busy? If I reject a call 1 time, 2 times, do not call me again. I'm busy. And it's not even important. I know it's not important. Nobody died. Call me later. Taking your advice, I'm down 8 pounds in a week. I sleep with my waist trainer every other night, fast until 6 p.m. I'm also using castor oil to massage my tummy. Baby, I can see a difference already in my waist. Pray for consistency. Thank you so much for your page because I almost scheduled more lipo. You do not need more lipo, y'all. I'm telling you. All you have to do is do what I tell you to do. And when she said massage, so I tell her that I do the massages on my stomach every time I'm in the shower. So I do it in the shower, or I'll do it sometimes like just regular with the oil, and then I use my wood therapy tool. But I find myself, I do it more often when I'm in the shower, so I do it twice a day. So in the morning and then in the evening, I do the wood therapy. So that's what she's doing. So the wood therapy, you can buy the tools on Amazon, which is also my Amazon storefront. It's a kit. So it comes with 3 or 4 tools. I use 2. The one that goes like this, and then the cup. And that's what I use on my stomach. So you have to do, you have to do a few different things. Like I said, waist training, eating right, the lipo tea, and the massages. You can also get them done professionally if you want to, but you don't have to. You can literally just do it yourself. If you know what to do, then you can do it yourself. But I would still professionally get them done every here and there if I was you. Any questions? Because I don't want to make this long and drawn out. I want to save it so y'all could go back and watch it. And I'm also going to put it on my YouTube channel too. For anyone who may have missed it, you can go and watch it on my YouTube channel. Basically, I had 6 babies, 6 section. He's now 2.5. I'm showing with my stomach flat. So, Kimmy, if you didn't have any type of lipo done, you can try the tape method. I don't know what your stomach looked like. So, you have to send me a picture on my Instagram. And I could kind of tell you what products I would recommend for you. But if you have like any type of loose skin is very hard to, it depends again. Because there are some people that their skin can retract really, really well. But if it's been 2 years and it's still not retracting, then more likely you may need a tummy tuck. Either an extended, or you can just get the regular tummy tuck. It's almost like a C-section when it's like, it's not hip to hip. It's just smaller. So it just depends on what your stomach look like. But with anytime somebody have loose skin, it don't matter. Like, nothing is really going to fix loose skin. You're always going to have loose skin. So it just depends on what your stomach look like. But people do the tape method. People do the tape method for the loose skin. Now, it will make your stomach smaller, but not tighter to now, like, let's say you had loose skin and now you don't have loose skin no more because it just tightened it all up. Nah. Girl, if it did, shit, that would be amazing, but no. That's why people do tummy tucks, because of loose skin. Loose skin is one thing. Like, people say, oh, you just need to go work out and stop being lazy. You can work out from now till 2050 and you will still got loose skin. So, I be just shaking my head at people when they say that, because loose skin is very hard to get rid of. You have to surgically get it removed if you want to have that tight look stomach. But like I said, your stomach could go smaller. So let me just show you this picture to give you an example of what I mean. And hopefully I have it in this phone to share with Instagram. But I know I have it on this one. So let me show you. So this is one of my girls that she had lipo. but she also had a little skin, and she did not want to get a tummy tuck, but she used my product. So I'm going to show you what her result looked like so you can get an idea of what I was talking about, okay? Okay, so this picture right here, she had lipo, but it didn't really do much for her. And she saw my product, she used my product, and this was her after. So it came down a lot, but she still have a little bit of loose skin. She was okay with that because she did not want to get a tummy tuck. Let me see if I have it on here to show y'all. So this is an example of what I was talking about. So you get an idea what I mean when I said loose skin and, like how would it look? So she had the lipo, but it didn't really do much. So she wore my waist trainer and the Abor bundle, and she did the wrap. And this is what it did for her. So you can get an idea of, well, I got some loose skin. I don't want to do anything. What would it look like if I went hard and I stayed consistent? Would it look like this? So that's to give you an idea. So that's her. Which is still, to me, that's amazing results, if you ask me. If you ask me, I'll take that. If I was like sold on not getting a tummy tuck, I would take that if that was me. And that's what she did. She was like, it's way better than it was before. And she was also on the products as well. Thank you, best that anyone has. Thank you, the best that anyone has explained it to me. Oh, thank you, Kim. Yeah, like I'm very thorough when it comes to this stuff. Like, because I've experienced so much when I've had my body done. Then I hear people talking or asking questions. I'm like, that's not even it, girl. Like, you don't have an idea what you're talking about, right? And that's why I more teach and provide, the benefits of my product than getting on here and be like, go buy this, y'all. Go buy that. Go buy this. Go buy that. I show you the reason why I feel like you should buy my products. I show you the benefit of using my products. I teach you about my products rather than a salesy person to say, buy this and buy that, buy this and buy that. I'm not that type of person. You got a problem, I got a solution. And let me tell you how my product can help you with your problem. That's how I teach. That's how I run my business. Because education is just as important as, knowing, like, you can have the product, but you don't even know what to do with it. That doesn't really make sense. That doesn't help the customer. You know what I mean? A lot of people just lie or just haven't got a clue. Thank you. Yeah, they do. A lot of people lie. Like, that question you asked me, Kim, I've heard. I'm not the one to put anyone's business out there. But I've heard, yeah, it could work. It will definitely help you. Yeah. Any question that come on live. Yeah. Can this work for me? Yeah. Well, hey, ma'am, do you think that could work for me? Yeah. Yeah, can you think that could work for me too? Yeah. And you think they asked no questions to clarify what the person's problem was, what's going on. That one product could save the whole world. And I'll be like, no, it cannot. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be so funny. Like, no, it cannot, ma'am. No. And then when the person buys it and they're disappointed, they're going to rant your ass out. And they're going to be like, that shit do not work. No. No, man. We're not going to do that over here. Okay? You tell me your problem. I have a solution. I show you different options. I show you what it can and cannot do. And then you choose which one is best for you based off of what I just told you. So, if that's why I say people, I know everybody don't like, hey, Kayla, everybody don't like loose skin. But it can go down to a certain extent to where it's like, okay, well, I'll take that. I'll take that over that. I could live with that, So it just depends. And having a tummy tuck is not that bad. It is painful, I will say. It's not like lipo. It's way more deeper than that, especially if they do tighten up your muscles, which they should, right? But some doctors don't. They just kind of like go to make your stomach tighter. But if you do get muscle repair, what you should tell your doctor, hey, especially if you had kids, because that's the only way you get muscle separation is if you have kids, and you're looking to consider a tummy tuck, you definitely want to make sure that he's going to do muscle repair. Definitely. Tummy tuck, I'm confused with what you should wear afterwards, etc. about massages. Yeah, so the tummy tuck, they're going to put you, most likely they're going to put you in a binder because you can't do no type of high compression on the tummy tuck until like 4 to 6 weeks. Then after 4 to 6 weeks, you could do high compression. High compression is just more like a stage 2, stage 3, or like my waist trainer vest, right? Because I don't know if you saw the first picture with the tummy tuck girl, Kim. If you didn't, let me know and I can swap it to show you. She had a tummy tuck and you know what she looked like because she didn't compress or didn't know what to compress with or so forth. So let me know if you didn't see it and I can share it again with you. But tummy tucks, you have to, once your incisions are closed and you can start really, you know, like when you touch the incision, it doesn't like hurt or like really sore or tender or discomfort or anything like that. Now you can really start compressing it. You didn't see it? Okay, let me pull it back up. Now you can start really compressing and get your swelling down. So this young lady, she was 2 months post-op. And she was swollen because she wasn't getting enough compression. And then she got my products, and this is what she looked like. Well, this was 24 hours later. So this is a tummy tuck patient, and then this is what she looked like after wearing my products for 24 hours. So, you know, it definitely is important that you know when to and how to and why. Because that's very important. But like I say, I have an ebook with everything I'm talking about plus more. I have an ebook I created. It's called Get Snatched With Me. It's the second link in the bio that goes to Snatch University. If you guys are interested, if you're preparing for surgery or you want to have surgery or you already had surgery, you don't know what to do, get my ebook and it's going to help you be able to understand what to do and how to do it. It explains how to get ready for surgery, what to do after surgery, how you should compress, what massages, what you should be eating. All of that stuff is in my ebook. So if you are someone who's looking to get surgery or you had surgery but you're facing challenges, I would highly recommend to get the Get Snatched With Me ebook. It's on snatchganguniversity.com or is the second link in my bio. And that has a lot of information on how to and what you should do either pre or post-op. It will break it down even more. Okay? It will break it down even more. So I would definitely recommend that for you guys. So there is some good and there's some bad, you know. We could be here all night. Like I said, I don't want to make this too long because I want to save it and put it on my channel so people go back and watch it. For anyone who is facing challenges with swelling or just not getting the right type of compression that they need. But this one right here, let me see. I'm going to pull the last one. Let me see if I have it. So she also suffered from swelling too. When we talk about swelling, it is a nightmare for some. She also had lipo. But her stomach wasn't going down how she wanted to, and baby girl got the product. So you see how she went from boxy and straight to she got like a nice little hourglass. The stomach went down a lot. She also used the products as well, and she was using the lipo tea, you know, and this, she was one of my lipo tea. We did a challenge. So she did a lipo tea and she wore my waist trainers together at the same time, and this was her result. So, you know, it definitely works. And when I say tell people, like, you know, when you get lipo, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be super flat and snatch. No, because they're only allowed to take 4 liters of fat. And sometimes people have, you know, they're a little bigger portions, so they got to put a lot more work in. So when it comes to swelling, it's definitely something that people struggle with. This another young lady who was swollen. Let me see if I have this on here for y'all. She was also swollen too. She did the Abort bundle and the waist trainer, and this is her result. So when we talk about swelling, it can be fixed. It definitely can be fixed. I'm in the UK. Do you ship here? Also, are you consultations in person only? No, I do consultations via Zoom as well, Kim. And yes, I do ship to the UK. I ship to the UK a lot, actually. Let me go place an order, seriously. I'm telling you, if you want to get that body where it needs to be, you got to put the work in. You have to spend money. And I don't really say spending money. It's like you're investing in yourself. Because when you start looking good, you're going to start feeling good. You're going to start feeling better about yourself. You're gonna start feeling way better about yourself. What picture did I have up right here? Okay, this one. I don't see this one in this phone. So that is definitely something to work on when it comes to like your swelling. You definitely can control it. Yeah, because when I'm standing in rooms next to you, I gotta be right. I am screaming. Not next to me. I am screaming. So yeah, everybody call my phone. So let me wrap this up, y'all, so I can see what these people need, because I have not got as many calls since I've been on live. It gotta be something going on in the world, child. Everybody want to talk to me. But Lisa, I'm on live. I'll call you when I get off. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and drop them in the comments before I wrap it up. I'll be back later. Today, it's always a 911. Gosh, my sister always got a 911, y'all. I swear, she always got a 911, and it don't even be a 911. But anyway, do you guys have any questions? Was this helpful for anyone who suffers with swelling, looking to lose some weight? Was this helpful, guys? I'm going to do more videos like this and post on my page so that you guys can see like the befores and afters, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, for anyone who may be post-op or just looking to get your body back to where it needs to be and you don't know what to do. This will be able to help you understand it. So I'm going to do some of those videos today, and I'll post it on my page so you guys can get a better understanding of how my products work, what products is best for you based off of your situation or your problem. And then you can just go to Fashion Dolls Boutique or click the link in my bio to get the products. If you want to ask a question, you can just send me a DM about anything. You can just send me a DM and say, Steph, I got a question. Boom, boom, boom. If you're looking to lose weight, get the Lipo Tea. That's my new name. I got to change the name of it on my page because that's the new name I'm going to give it, the Lipo Tea. Get you some Lipo Tea and some NutriBurst, and then you guys will be, listen, your results are going to be bomb. But you have to also stay consistent, okay? It's not, oh, drink it today and then don't want to drink it tomorrow. So I'm going to start calling it the Lipo Cleansing Tea. This is the Lipo Cleansing Tea. This is what my new name, that's my new name for it. The Lipo Cleansing Tea. Okay. No questions? Everybody good? Okay, Instagram. I will talk to you guys later.